Welcome, dear students. I am Dr. Rajiv Oberoi. So now we begin with the atomic structure. Now we are aware that this word atom has been coined by Dalton. This word atom is made up of two words. One is a and other is tom. Tom meaning to cut or divisible. A means not. Hence, according to Dalton, atom is a fundamental particle and atom is indivisible. In his Dalton atomic theory, Dalton proposed that atom is a fundamental particle and atom is indivisible, and therefore this word atom has been coined. But the further studies on atom revealed that atom is not a fundamental particle, neither atom is indivisible. Atom is not a fundamental particle, neither atom is indivisible. In fact, atom itself is made up of smaller fundamental particles which are electron, protons and neutrons. Atom is itself made up of smaller fundamental particle which are electron, protons and neutrons. So how we came to know that atom contain these particles? So this unit atomic structure deal with the going into the detail of how we came to know that how does a atom look like, which kind of particle it is made up of. So this unit deal with all these detail of structure of an atom. So first we begin with the discovery of electron. How electron was discovered? So sure, it was discovered by chance, because atom is indivisible, that we used to believe. Then how electron was discovered? So of course by chance, and then it proceeded well. So this electron was discovered by, so remember it was discovered by Sir J.J. Thomson. The electron was named by, so this person who discovered this electron used to call it with a different name. This name electron was coined by, so it was coined by G.J. Stoney. Remember, electron was discovered using the discharge tube experiment. So it was discovered by J.J. Thomson and it was named by G.J. Stoney. It was discovered using discharge tube experiment. So before I begin with the discharge tube experiment, let us first discuss what was the objective of discharge tube experiment. What was the objective of discharge tube experiment? Remember, its objective was to study the effect of various factors on conductivity of gases. The discharge tube experiment was conducted to study the effect of various factors on conductivity of gases, like the voltage applied, how it affects the conductivity of gas, the nature or type of the gases, how it affects the conductivity, and the pressure, etc. were few factors whose effect was studied on the conductivity of the gases. So objective of discharge tube was to study the effect of various factors on conductivity of gases. So it was observed that among various factors, only pressure that affect the conductivity of gases. There are so many factors involved, but only the pressure affects the conductivity of gas. We have taken a discharge tube which is a capsule, glass capsule, having two electrodes on the extreme end. Inside it we have taken gas. On providing electric voltage, what happens? One of the electrode develops negative charge, termed as cathode. The other electrode develops positive charge, termed as anode. So it was observed that at 1 atmosphere pressure, at 1 atmospheric pressure, the gas inside this discharge tube was totally non-conductive. At 1 atmospheric pressure, the gas inside the discharge tube was totally non-conductive. Then it was observed when pressure was reduced to 10 raised to minus 3 atmosphere. 10 raised to minus 3 atmosphere, it was observed that at this pressure some glow was observed in the discharge tube. A very feeble light is called as a slight glow. So at 10 raised to minus 3 atmosphere pressure, some glow was observed in this discharge tube. So it led us to believe that lowering of pressure in the discharge tube makes some effect to the conductivity. When it was 1 atmosphere, it was totally non-conductive. When pressure was reduced 10 raised to minus 3 atmosphere, some glow was observed, which means reducing the pressure is making some change. So then pressure was further reduced, and it was observed that at 10 raised to minus 6 atmosphere pressure, 10 raised to minus 6 atmosphere pressure, the gas inside the discharge tube become conductive, and it was observed that some rays are getting produced at cathode and are moving toward anode. So at 10 raised to minus 6 atmosphere pressure, the gas inside the discharge tube became conductive. It was observed that some rays are getting produced at cathode and are moving toward anode. Some rays are getting produced at cathode and they are moving at anode. So these rays which were produced at cathode was named as cathode rays. So what was the objective? The objective was to study the effect of various factors. Only pressure was found to be useful factor in affecting the conductivity of gas. So this shows. So what does discharge tube experiment proved? So remember that discharge tube experiment proved that gases are non-conductor under atmospheric pressure. The gases are non-conductor under atmospheric pressure, and the second observation was that the gases becomes conductive at low pressure. So under atmospheric pressure, all gases are non-conductive, but at low pressure the gases become conductive. This was the conclusion, that on decreasing the pressure, the conductivity of gases increases. Decrease in pressure increases the conductivity of the gas was the conclusion of discharge tube experiment. So in a discharge tube at very low pressure and at high voltage current, in a discharge tube at very low pressure and very high voltage, some rays were observed at cathode which were moving toward anode. So in a discharge tube experiment which was carried out to study the effect of various factors on conductivity of gas, it was observed that at very low pressure and high voltage current, some rays are getting produced at cathode which are moving toward anode. So it was observed that some rays are getting produced at cathode and they are moving toward anode, and these rays which were produced at cathode was named as cathode rays. These rays which were produced at cathode was named as cathode rays. So this was the basic of the discharge tube experiment. Later on, it was observed when the properties of cathode rays was studied, it was found that cathode rays are not rays but they are particle in nature. These rays are not rays but they are beam of particle. So what are cathode rays? So on the basis of further studies, it revealed that these cathode rays are particle in nature. These particles are in fact the beam of electron. So what are cathode rays? So it was concluded on the basis of experiment that cathode rays are beam of electron. So this is how the discovery of electron was done. So the atom was indivisible, this what we believed. So we were not knowing that atom can be further divided. Based on the discharge tube experiment, by chance we came to know that atom is a divisible particle. It is made up of these smaller fundamental particles which are electron, and discovery of electron is based on this discharge tube experiment. So what are cathode rays? So remember, these cathode rays are beam of electron. So in this video we have dealt with that when atom was supposed to be indivisible initially, then how we came to know that atom is made up of the smaller fundamental particle. So how the structure of atom initiated, how we came to know that atom is really divisible, it is not fundamental, it contains electron and the other particle. So this is the topic that deal with the initiation of the atomic structure. So atomic structure, it's all started with the discharge tube experiment. So I hope this topic would be clear to you all. In the next video we'll deal with the properties of the cathode rays. So in the next video I will deal with the properties of cathode rays, which is in fact the properties of electrons. Thank you.